The other thing my staff told me, and I'm glad you're on today, is that you are following this Meghan and Harry thing. So Netflix paid these two $100 million. That's the rumor. I don't know if it's true. And they've got this documentary that's doing very well. A lot of people are watching it. I couldn't care less about Meghan and Harry, okay? To me, they sound like people living down the street whose dog barks too loud. That's Meghan and Harry. Shut that dog up. Now, you find something interesting about this. What is it?
Well, I think the interesting thing is they're very emblematic of the current thinking in America right now, which is an entitlement mentality that the world should be the way I want it to be, that everybody should have to act the way that I want them to act. It is an unbelievable way of thinking. When you were young, when I was young, we were expected to accommodate ourselves a little bit to the world. We had a standard of behavior that we had to come to. These people think they can snap their finger and the royal family is supposed to do their bidding, or people around them are supposed to do their bidding. The weird thing, Bill, is that this isn't just Harry and Meghan's way of thinking. I don't know if it's generational. I don't know. But this is what we're seeing, is that this really is the new ideology that people are taking in and living by. And society can't work that way. It can't work that way when everybody wants to be the boss. But unfortunately, it really is emblematic of that current, I don't want to say generation, because the whole generation isn't like that, but it's becoming way too common. And I think that's what was so interesting about this documentary, because it gave away the thinking of people who actually think that way, who are entitled, who think that the universe owes them a living. My parents always told me, nobody owes you a living. Well, there's a whole new group of people who actually think they are owed a living. And Harry and Meghan seem to be among them.
Yeah, that's very true. I talked about it last night with the second tribe. People who say, look, I don't want to compete, or I can't compete in our society, in our capitalistic society, so give me stuff. But there's an outside chance. And again, I have no interest in these two. I don't care about the royal family. I'm Irish. They seized my ancestors' farm, threw them off. London did. We booted them out of here in the Revolutionary War at great sacrifice. I'm glad they're gone. But there is an outside chance that Meghan and Harry basically sat down and said, look, we're never going to be king and queen. That's not happening here. So our lives are going to be running around doing little ceremonial stuff, raising money for charity, and it's boring and we don't want to do it. So let's go to America and make a pile of dough. Okay? And the easiest way to do that is to badmouth the royal family, and then everybody will come and give us money to go on Netflix, and we'll badmouth everybody and we'll be fabulously wealthy, which they already were, but now they're in Santa Barbara, wherever they are. They're running around. They may be just conning everybody, Michele. That could be happening here.
Well, I think they are conning everybody, but I think at this point they're so pathetic. That's the thing that is shocking. You would think that the big boys at Netflix would be smarter, that they could see through
this. No, they just want people to watch.
Bombed.
They don't.
But
no, I know, but it's the highest
so
rated Netflix thing. It's the highest thing they have.
It's rated number 2 today, but the people that watch it, I mean, they're disgusted with this Meghan and Harry. It's got a rating of 12 on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, like, you can't go lower than that. And so I think they're really one-hit wonders at this point.
Maybe.
And I think whining isn't going to get them any further. And I think for people who decide that whining is your cottage industry, you got a pretty short shelf life. It's not going to last. And I think, again, you're all about common sense. You've always been about common sense. And I think, especially for this younger generation, there's some tried and true principles and common sense wisdom. Take that. Don't go this route of whining. Don't go the route of thinking you're entitled. It's going to be a dead-end stop every time.
Especially if you're not a royal and you're not going to get 100 million, you're just going to get scorned. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates skyrocketing. We all know that. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, not only predict a recession, but are using scary terms like economic hurricane and unprecedented. So, you need to call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Please call them today, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers, are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532.